In 2020, the world was locked indoors. Millions of people were bored, stressed, and endlessly scrolling through social media looking for something to laugh at. Then suddenly, a quiet young man from Italy began appearing everywhere online. He did not speak, he did not dance, he did not create expensive videos. Instead, he simply stared at the camera, solved ridiculous life hacks in the easiest way possible, and ended each video with a famous hand gesture that silently said, "Why make life so complicated?" That man was Khaby, and within months he became one of the biggest internet stars the world had ever seen. But now, years later, people keep asking the same question: what happened to Khaby? How did the king of TikTok slowly disappear from the center of internet culture? And is his career really over? Khaby was born in Dakar, Senegal, in the year 2000. When he was still a baby, his family moved to Italy in search of a better life. They settled near Turin, where Khaby grew up in a working-class environment. Life was not glamorous. Before fame, he worked in a factory job like millions of ordinary people around the world. Then came 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic changed everything. Factories shut down, businesses closed, people lost jobs. Khaby was one of them. Suddenly unemployed, he found himself spending more time online. Like many young people during lockdown, he started using TikTok. At first, his videos were simple and random, but eventually he discovered the idea that would completely change his life forever. At the time, social media was filled with ridiculous life hack videos. People would invent absurd ways to complete very simple tasks. Instead of peeling a banana normally, they used machines and tools. Instead of opening a door with their hands, they created complicated tricks that made no sense. Khaby noticed something important. People were tired of fake internet nonsense. So he responded in the simplest way possible. Without speaking a single word, Khaby would react to these videos by calmly showing the easiest solution. Then he would look directly at the camera and raise his hands with a confused expression. That expression became legendary. The reason his content exploded was because anyone in the world could understand it. Language did not matter. Whether you lived in Kenya, Brazil, India, or the United States, the joke was always clear, and the internet loved it. Very quickly, Khaby went from being unemployed to becoming one of the most famous people on earth. His followers grew at a speed almost nobody had seen before. Millions became tens of millions. Tens of millions became hundreds of millions. At his peak, he became the most followed creator on TikTok. Celebrities wanted to meet him, brands wanted to pay him, fashion companies invited him to events. He appeared with football stars, musicians, actors, and influencers. He went from factory worker to millionaire in less than 2 years. It felt unstoppable. But internet fame is dangerous, because what the internet gives quickly, it can also take away quickly. The first problem was repetition. Khaby's content worked perfectly in the beginning because it felt fresh. The internet had never really seen someone use silent comedy in that way before. But after hundreds of videos following the exact same formula, many viewers started feeling like they had already seen everything he could do. The joke slowly became predictable. See a fake life hack. Khaby appears. He solves it easily. He makes the hand gesture. Video ends. At first it was hilarious, but over time, some viewers began scrolling away before the video even finished because they already knew what was coming. And on the internet, predictability is dangerous. Social media rewards creators who constantly reinvent themselves. Audiences always want something new. The moment a creator stops evolving, the algorithm often moves on to somebody else. That is exactly what happened. Another issue was that TikTok itself changed. During the pandemic years, short reaction videos dominated the platform. But after lockdowns ended, audiences began wanting different content. Storytelling, live streams, challenges, drama, and longer videos became more popular. Meanwhile, Khaby remained trapped in the same style that originally made him famous. Some fans respected him for staying true to himself. Others felt he was becoming outdated. But perhaps the biggest problem was that Khaby slowly transformed from a relatable creator into a celebrity brand. In the beginning, people connected with him because he looked like an ordinary guy making funny videos from home. He felt authentic. But as his fame grew, his image changed. Suddenly, he was attending luxury fashion shows, walking red carpets, appearing in expensive advertisements and collaborating with giant corporations. The more polished his image became, the less relatable he seemed to some fans. This happens to many internet stars. The audience falls in love with the normal version of the creator. But once fame and money arrive, the creator no longer feels like the same person. Some fans began saying Khaby looked less interested in making funny content and more focused on maintaining celebrity status. Then came another major issue: oversaturation. For years, Khaby was everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, advertisements, memes, interviews, collaborations. Eventually, some internet users simply got tired of seeing him constantly. The internet has a strange habit of turning on people after making them extremely famous. Audiences often build celebrities up just to later call them overrated. This has happened to many online stars before, and Khaby was no exception. By 2024 and 2025, fewer of his videos were dominating conversations online. They still received millions of views, which is impressive, but not at the insane viral level people once expected from him. At the same time, new creators were taking over TikTok. Younger audiences were moving toward fresh personalities and new trends. The internet's attention span kept getting shorter. Then came controversy. In 2025, Khaby made headlines after reports about issues involving US immigration authorities connected to an alleged visa overstay. News spread rapidly online, and suddenly people were discussing his legal problems instead of his content. Even though the situation did not completely destroy his reputation, it added to the growing narrative that Khaby's golden era was ending. Soon, YouTube creators began posting dramatic titles like "Khaby Lame's career is finished," "The death of Khaby Lame," "How TikTok forgot its biggest star," and those videos started getting millions of views. Ironically, people became more interested in talking about Khaby's decline than watching his actual content. But here is the truth most people ignore. Khaby Lame is still incredibly successful. Even after losing some popularity, he remains one of the most recognized internet personalities in the world. He still has massive social media numbers. He still earns money from sponsorships and partnerships. He still appears at major events, and compared to the average creator, his career is far from dead. The real issue is not that Khaby failed. The issue is that his success became so enormous that anything smaller now looks like failure. When someone becomes the king of the internet, people expect them to stay at the top forever. But that almost never happens. Internet fame is temporary. The algorithm always changes. Audiences always move on. New stars always appear. Today's biggest creator can become tomorrow's forgotten meme overnight. Khaby's story is actually one of the clearest examples of how brutal internet culture can be. One moment, the world loves you. The next moment, people are asking if your career is over. But maybe the bigger question is this: was Khaby ever meant to stay at the top forever? Or was he simply the perfect creator for a very specific moment in internet history? During the chaos of the pandemic, people wanted simple humor that everyone could understand. Khaby delivered exactly that at exactly the right time. His silence became universal. His expressions became iconic. And for a few years, he ruled social media completely. Few creators ever reach that level. So even if his peak has passed, Khaby already accomplished something most internet personalities never will. He became a global symbol of the TikTok era. And whether people admit it or not, the internet will probably never forget the man who defeated complicated life hacks without saying a single word.